What Xiao Li asked was exactly what Xiao Yan was puzzled about. Regarding Xiao Li's question, what Xiao Yan felt behind Xiao Li was not serious, but more cordial. Boy, do you know what kind of thing you have done in the past 45 days of cultivation and what kind of miracle you have created? It may be a very common practice for you, but for the Xiao clan, you have done an earth-shattering thing. When Xiao Li said this, a touch of excitement immediately appeared on his already calm face. He looked back at Xiao Yan with a puzzled expression and continued. You broke a record of the Xiao clan that has not been broken for tens of thousands of years. A record that has not been broken for tens of thousands of years. Hearing this sentence, Xiao Yan recalled what old Zhan said to him. Every duty will have his first cultivation after coming to this continent. The length of cultivation time and the amount of power he has increased depend on the cultivator's own qualifications and creation. After thinking about it for a while, I seem to understand a little bit in my heart. What is the highest record among the Xiao clan? Looking at Xiao Li in front, Xiao Yan asked softly. The ancestor of the Xiao clan, Xiao Yao, has the highest record for 1 month. 1 month? Xiao Yan's pupils shrank suddenly, and he suddenly understood why all the people of the Xiao clan were surrounded by his room door. I'm afraid that it was only the moment he practiced for 31 days that he had caused a great shock in the Xiao clan, not to mention that he had been practicing for a full month and a half. No wonder. The doubts in my heart were suddenly relieved. Yeah, 1 month. Xiao Li smiled softly, his expression very calm, but he seemed to be thinking about something in his heart. The ancestor's record is 1 month, and no one has been able to break it for tens of thousands of years. It's good for you, kid. Not only did you break the record, but there was actually half a month more. I didn't expect that someone from the descendants of the Xiao family could really break this record. When the ancestor left, he told me that if the Xiao family really broke his record, they must do their best to cultivate it. Unexpectedly, it really appeared. Xiao Li continued. Hee, the kid is just a fluke. Xiao Yan smiled bitterly and shook his head helplessly. Xiao Li smiled. His figure suddenly stopped and said softly, Here it is. The two figures stopped suddenly. Xiao Yan looked around and didn't notice how this place was different from other places. With thick clouds and endless sky, it seemed that there was nothing strange about it. What did Xiao Li bring me here for? Just when Xiao Yan was a little puzzled, Xiao Li's figure moved forward slightly, and his fingers were slightly in front of him. From Xiao Li's hand, a burst of green ripples rippled across the entire space like ripples. In front of him, there was nothing in the sky. Suddenly, as if there was a transparent barrier, the energy rippled slightly. Seeing the rippling energy fluctuations in circles, Xiao Yan opened his eyes wide. What was hidden in this space? With the rippling of energy, a strange energy strip of light quickly gathered together from all around the barrier, and a muffled sound suddenly sounded in this space. Xiao Yan was taken aback by the muffled sound, and then took a closer look. A stone gate full of ancient and mysterious aura appeared looming in front of Xiao Yan's eyes, and the word chaos was written on the stone gate. Xiao Yan looked at the stone gate that suddenly appeared in front of him. His pupils suddenly shrank to the size of a needle's eye. Sherman looks quite old. An ancient aura slowly exudes from above Sherman, and there's an intoxicating energy in the ancient aura, slowly flowing in this space. Xiao Li looked at Sherman, put his fingers back slightly, and said 4 words. Chaos Monument. The 4 words were gently spit out from Xiao Li's mouth, but Xiao Yan's heart trembled. He didn't expect such a thing to be hidden in the Xiao clan. Chaos Monument. Could it be that this is related to the Chaos Saint Yin that has not yet merged in my body? This monument was left by the elders who used to own the Chaos Saint Yin. It seems that it takes the Chaos Saint Yin to open it. Even the elders in the clan don't know the existence of this monument, so you must not say anything about it. Remember, you go and see if you can open it. Xiao Li raised his head and said to Xiao Yan. With the flow of Shimon's breath, this breath slowly penetrated into Xiao Yan's body. When Shimon's breath slowly entered Xiao Yan's body, the strange fire in Xiao Yan's body suddenly trembled, and the breath suddenly became connected with the strange fire, and the strands of light yellow flames in the strange fire also began to become restless. Strands of light yellow flames suddenly appeared between Xiao Yan's fingertips. Although this strand of flame was very small, Xiao Yan was surprised by the power emanating from it. Xiao Li looked at the flame that suddenly appeared on Xiao Yan's fingertips. His eyes lit up suddenly. Huh. This is Xiao Li looked carefully at the flame on Xiao Yan's fingertips, and a familiar feeling arose spontaneously. His pupils suddenly shrank to the size of a needle's eye, and he cried out in a low voice, "Have you successfully merged with chaos, Xiangyan?" Xiao Yan naturally guessed that the strands of light yellow flames in his hands should be the chaos Saint Yin in Xiao Li and Xiao Long's mouths. But he was not a successful fusion. It was just a hint of coincidental fusion during cultivation. Xiao Yan smiled and shook his head and said, "This is just a bit of coincidental fusion during cultivation. It may be too early for the fusion to be successful. I don't know if I can open this relic." Then Xiao Yan looked at the ancient Shermin in front of him. The flame on his fingertips seemed to feel something. He was frantically restless in Xiao Yan's fingers. With a flick of Xiao Yan's fingers, the yellowish flame on his fingertips suddenly swept out and shot toward Shermin. It hit Shermin and burned slowly. At the same time, in Tianming Valley, there was also a boiling. Many disciples in Tianminggu were talking about the genius who appeared in the Xiao family this time. Obviously, the news that Xiao Yan broke the record and broke through to the mid level of the one-star emperor had already reached Tianminggu. The genius who appeared in the Xiao clan seemed to be Xiao Yan. Genius, this record could be broken too. I heard that not only did he break the record, but he also practiced for 45 days. Has it directly broken through to the mid-stage of the one-star emperor? Is this still a fucking person? It's not just the midterm. I heard it's still the mid-to-midterm. A kid brought by the ancestor some time ago was the kid who had studied with Wu Yong and Mu Feng. It seemed that he was called Xiao Yan, and it seems to be him. I heard that he is still a named disciple of our Tianminggu. Is it true or false? Is such a genius just a named disciple? At least it should be a formal disciple. I think it's okay to be a core disciple. Do you dare to think that such a talented disciple, the Xiao clan, will let us be disciples? Your brain is made of tofu, right? Countless disciples of Tianminggu in the square were talking one after another. At this time, Xiao Yan's reputation spread rapidly throughout the imperial prefecture. As long as the name Xiao Yan is mentioned, it is all respect and jealousy, all admiration and envy. What does such a genius mean? I am afraid that anyone who understands the matter will know it. This means future strength and status. If there is such a pillar in a clan, this family may have been a third-rate family before, and it will rise because of this genius. It can be imagined how important Xiao Yan's status is in the eyes of others at this time. Already, Wu Yong and Mu Feng were also among them, and when they heard these discussions, their hearts thumped. Swallowing a mouthful of saliva tremblingly, Mu Feng's expression looked okay, but Wu Yong was a little dumbfounded, thinking that he had treated Xiao Yan like that before, and his heart couldn't help but ignite Xiao Yan's fear that he would retaliate against him in the future. Psychology did the same time. In the hall of Tianminggu, Emperor Ming couldn't help the joy on his face. He looked at a disciple of Tianminggu in surprise and asked again, "Are you sure the name of the genius who appeared in the Xiao clan is Xiao Yan?" "Yes, it is absolutely true." Emperor Ming's body shook heavily. "Xiao Yan, the emperor really didn't misunderstand you. I think the emperor was really wise at the beginning. Xiao Yan, you are still my named disciple of Tianminggu. I ask this God's favor for me?" Emperor Ming was so happy to give me such a huge baby. It seems that you have to go to the Xiao clan right away and win over this kid again. As the head of the family, Emperor Ming knew very well that he had cultivated for a month and a half for the first time, and his strength had soared to the mid level of the one-star emperor. How terrifying this talent is in Tianminggu and even the entire imperial state. In the past tens of thousands of years, there has never been such a genius figure. Of course, we must try our best to win over. After making a decision at the moment, Emperor Ming quickly called Xiong Yuan all the way. After hearing that Xiong Yuan and Xiao Yan had a good relationship, they naturally called together. In a corner of the Xiao clan, an ancient stone gate was erected in it. Xiao Yan gently drove the yellowish flame with his palm, trying to see if he could open the stone gate. Xiao Yan discovered that although the yellowish flame that enveloped Sherman was only a trace, the speed at which it consumed vindictive energy was not as fast as usual. There was a slight burning sound above the stone gate, but there was no sign of being opened. Xiao Yan was also a little helpless in his heart, and Xiao Li watched quietly beside him. Just as Xiao Yan was still trying to open the stone gate, a voice suddenly sounded in Xiao Yan's ears. "Boy, do you want to open this stone gate with your little flame? Don't bother. If you want to open this stone gate, I'm afraid it will only be possible if you really integrate the Chaos Saint Yin successfully." This was Zhang Lao's voice awesomely, and Xiao Yan's heart trembled suddenly. Indeed, Zhang Lao was right. With this little flame now, he really couldn't open the stone gate in front of him. Xiao Yan nodded and burned for so long. Although the flame is closely related to what is not known in the stone gate, the power of this light yellow flame is obviously not enough to open the stone gate.